Hello and welcome to Common Sense. I'm Stephanie Kipnis.
And I'm Fallon Thompson, and we're so excited to be here this afternoon. And actually, we're just as excited to be here with one another because, well, we just met yesterday.
You know, Fallon, it's crazy. I feel like I've known you my whole life.
I couldn't agree more. And on top of that, I'm so glad that we get to spend the rest of this year together.
We have so many great things to look forward to, and we're actually covering a lot of them on our show today.
Right, like Nashville, football, and moving in, which was such a great experience.
Even though most of our classmates still haven't arrived.
So for all of you anxiously awaiting Saturday, here's Victoria with some tips on
College, acknowledged by many as the beginning of the rest of your lives, has to start somewhere. At Vanderbilt University, freshmen are greeted by quite an exciting spectacle: move-in. With about 1,600 people in the incoming class, volunteers and staff gather to help smooth the transition between life at home and life at a dorm. The freshman experience is made more energizing by the effect of the Commons. Bringing education outside the limits of the classroom, this space connects first-year students, residential faculty, undergraduate resident advisors, experienced staff, students, and professors, and visitors from across the globe.
Essentially, a resident advisor is your first line of defense on pretty much any problem that you can be having. And if we can't sort of work with you on it, then we are your connection to any service on campus that could help you, whether that be psychological counseling, academic help, building issues, things like that. So really any problem, you come to us first, and then we will either work it out for you, or we will connect you to the people who can fix it. It's really, working to create what kind of community you want and different programming that happens during that first week. There's a lot of collaboration between the residential advisory staff and the faculty head of house, because without sort of a communication between the two, we wouldn't be able to run a lot of the events that happen that first week to sort of set up the house and how we're going to be. We are ready for residents like no other.
As a faculty head of house, my perspective is that living in the Commons life is the Vanderbilt experience. How does living in the Commons affect everyday life at Vanderbilt? It affects everything. Anecdotally, my faculty colleagues who are not in residence in the Commons see a difference in the students that come through their classes, that come to their office hours. It's really hard to say where the Commons starts and stops anymore. It's no longer an experiment where only some students at Vanderbilt have gone through the Commons experience. We've moved beyond the experimental stage. It's part of the everyday fabric of Vanderbilt. Activities in the Commons vary from house to house, from floor to floor. For example, in North House, the reigning Commons Cup champion house in the Commons, we have a variety of house-related experiences. We have a variety of floor-related experiences. So we exist in multiple levels. We not only provide large-scale experiences, group bonding experiences, we also provide more intimate social experiences. In the incoming class benefits so much from the classes that have come before it. So I think the innovations that this class will experience are brought to them by their peers. The innovations that they'll pay forward, I have no idea what that's going to look like. And if I did, then I wouldn't be open to what this incoming class had to offer. There's absolutely a lot to look forward to. It's exciting.
Thanks, Victoria. So you're probably wondering why we're here. This entire broadcast is actually made for freshmen by freshmen through a program here at Vanderbilt called Media Immersion.
Through this program, we've explored different tracks of media, such as television, writing, and photography, and how we can get involved in these outlets at Vanderbilt.
And as an added bonus, we got to move in early.
I thought we would be alone on campus, but there are actually a lot of different groups already here.
Yeah, the ROTC is here training, the marching band is practicing, international students have arrived, cross-country, soccer, and the football players are all already here.
Yeah, the football team has actually been here a while preparing for the upcoming season. Let's turn to Sarah and Paige and hear more about it.
Thanks, Fallon. Yes, they moved in earlier than any other sports group, so they have been settled in at Vandy for 2 months now. And it seems their early practices have really been paying off. With the season just around the corner, they'll be prepared for a great football season. Let's hear more about the buzz from Alex on the field.
Hello, this is Alex Weibel reporting to you from Vanderbilt Stadium, home of your Commodores. Although students are just now arriving on campus, the football team has been hard at work practicing for the upcoming season. Head coach James Franklin has been very impressed with the team's improvements this preseason, calling the changes, and I quote, dramatic. He's already awarded scholarships to redshirt senior Mark Panu and redshirt junior John Townsley, who provide excellent backup behind quarterback Jordan Rogers. We try to peek in on the guys practicing today, but unfortunately practices have been closed to the public since the first 2 weeks. However, as we walked by, all I heard was pure determination. Though the football team seems ready for next season, they aren't the only aspect of Vanderbilt football that's been preparing for South Carolina next Thursday. New improvements have been going on all summer on the Vanderbilt Stadium, including artificial turf with the flashy motto "Anchor Down" on the 35-yard lines, additional seating on the grassy hill under the scoreboard for 500 people, new lighting, and boy are we glad for that Jumbotron. For VTV, this has been Alex Weibel. Go Doors.
Thank you, Alex. Besides the Jumbotron, there's also a lot more construction going on campus. Have you ever been affected by the construction going on?
Yeah, first, the construction around the Student Account Center made paying my tuition bill difficult, but overall, the renovations look great.
Absolutely. I've been eating in the new Rand Hall and loving the new view and more spacious atmosphere. The food isn't bad either.
I even got a sneak preview of the upstairs work, and I'm really excited about all the space being added for students hanging out. Speaking of hanging out, by the time we're upperclassmen, Kasam will be finished, so I'll even have more places to relax and have fun.
And Vanderbilt isn't the only part of Nashville getting a new face. The new convention center in downtown Nashville is a hot spot for events nationwide. It's perfect for a city like Nashville, which is full of things to do. Paige, could you tell me a little more about entertainment things in Nashville?
Of course. Nashville is famous for its lively spirit and for being the country music capital of the world. But country music isn't the only music you can find. Whether you like dubstep, jazz, hip-hop, or rap, there's always a place to fit your taste. For more info on hot spots and restaurants, we talked to Lauren and Liz.
We know you're all so excited to be here, and you may be wondering what fun things are to do off campus. We're here to introduce you to some cool spots outside the Vanderbubble.
We're going to show you a few restaurants right near campus and a little farther away. We'll also tell you how to get to these spots. We are here at Rand Dining Hall, which just opened a few days ago with some great renovations. However, if you don't feel like dining on campus, there are a few delicious restaurants right off campus which accept your Commodore card. The Taste of Nashville program allows students to use meal cash at 26 different restaurants around Nashville. If you have a craving for pizza, you can order it from a selection of places online and get it delivered right to your dorm room. Cabana offers weekly trivia nights, while Cafe Coco is open 24 hours and has open mic nights. Zumi's has an array of sushi and is owned by a Vanderbilt alum. For entertainment during the school year, students enjoy heading to Centennial Park with a picnic, where they can enjoy great local bands at Musicians Corner, enjoy some Shakespeare in the park, or visit the Parthenon.
There are also many places farther away from campus that students like to go. For shopping, there is the Mall at Green Hills, which offers stores such as Macy's and Nordstrom, among others. It also has a movie theater, the Cheesecake Factory, and many other great restaurants. For downtown attractions, there's Bridgestone Arena for big concerts like Jason Mraz or Kelly Clarkson. It's also home of the Nashville Predators hockey team. The Frisk Center for Visual Arts is a great place to appreciate the arts at a discount with your Commodore card. You may be wondering, how do I get to these places? Everyone knows that the Vandy vans run around campus from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m., but there's also the Beyond the Bubble bus that goes to the downtown area. That runs from Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 11 p.m. After 11 p.m., you can use the Commodore cabs, which accept the Commodore card. And there's also the Metro buses that students can take for free.
And those are only a few of the many options Nashville has to offer. Reporting for Common Sense,
I'm Lauren Kwan.
and I'm Liz Muller.
Thanks, Liz and Lauren. You know,
College.
that's just one of the many impressive qualities of our campus. Safety is a priority also. For an exclusive live report on campus safety, we go to David in the field.
Thanks, Paige. I'm standing here in front of the Surratt Student Center in front of another blue emergency machine. Now, this is one of the most important security resources throughout campus offered by the Vanderbilt University Police Department. Now, all that one needs to do when one feels unsafe or threatened is to walk up to one of these machines and either click on the red emergency button, in which case an officer will be here in a matter of moments, or click on the back the black button and dial 1-888 to get an escort back to their dorm. The Commons is a place where the Vanderbilt University Police Department feels that they need to be incredibly important to us, and we feel that they are important to us as well. One of the many opportunities that they give to us is videos like this to be able to educate other people. So they gave us some tips that anyone can find online on vanderbiltpolicedepartment.com to help anyone be safer around campus. Now, a few of these tips are as follows. In the daytime, especially during the night, we'd want to avoid any isolated or dark places on our way traveling from one area to campus to another. It's also important to travel in groups of at least 3 and to avoid keeping earphones in one's ears when traveling, because staying alert is another very important thing to focus on. Now, always walk confidently and with a purpose, and be sure to lock any doors, or especially your bedroom, either leaving during the night or during the day, locking up for when you're going to bed, or when you're going to stay working fairly late at night. Other things that are very important are locking any bikes and registering them with the police department. Also, laptops can be registered and other valuable materials as well. Thanks a lot, and on behalf of Common Sense for VTV, this is David Chuck. Thanks again.
Thank you, David. Besides safety, also a priority is the freshmen. Vanderbilt assures that all incoming students feel welcome, thus the Commons.
This year's freshman class actually has the highest academic profile in Vanderbilt history.
96% of our freshmen graduated in the top 10% of their class.
And the middle percent of ACT scores were between 33 and 35.
And of more than 28,000 applications that were submitted, only 12% of those applicants were admitted.
And that was a 14% increase of received applications compared to last year.
With a class that qualified, it'll be easy for freshmen to have an unforgettable first year.
So to make sure we can get that year started, we'll let you finish packing and say your goodbyes.
Signing off from Common Sense, I'm Fallon Thompson.
I'm Stephanie Kipnis, and for our co-anchors, Paige Harnick and Sarah Milan, thanks for watching Common Sense. We'll see you on campus.